do you have to? Obviously, it seems you have to design the offense this week without Odell Beckham in the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go in and plan for the guys that are going to be there at this point, and that's our focus. I mean, going in to play a really good Cincinnati defense. They added a lot of new faces through free agency. They're playing really well together right now. We're seeing some different scheme that we haven't seen in the past. So, big challenge for us to go down there and try to get a win on the road.
What makes those safeties so good, Bates and Bell?
Jesse's just a good football player, and Bell's a guy that's a tough guy that plays, in the box, plays really well, plays the run well. He can cover well. Jesse's a smart guy, plays in the back end, sees things, and they do a great job in their communication. You can tell that they're well coached. They make a lot of formational adjustments and do a lot on the fly. And those guys, the communication between those two guys is pretty good when you watch the tape.
Hilton was such a blitzer for the Steelers through his career. He's not really doing that right now, but is he still someone that you have to sort of pay attention to? Is he a guy that you think that Jarvis will see a lot of?
Yeah, absolutely. Still playing at a high level. He is a good blitzer. Obviously, not doing as much as he did in Pittsburgh, but what he does well is he really times it up well. He's in tune with the cadence, and he hits it on the run, and he can hit it, on the outside, or he can come inside the defensive end as well. But and Bell's a really good pressure guy as well, number 24 off the edge. So we're definitely ready for those guys, and we have a challenge ahead of us.
They missed a ton of tackles on Sunday. Is that something you can exploit?
We like our guys with the ball in their hand for sure. We expect our guys on one-on-one with space and time to break tackles and make guys miss. It's a focus of what we do. So hopefully we can continue to do that moving forward.
Alex, you spent so much time with Baker, and this Odell situation seems to be tough on him because he's caught in the middle of it. How do you think he's doing handling it?
He's great. He's focused. Just left a meeting with him, covering our walkthrough today. Had our third down meeting today, went really well. I haven't seen any difference with him as well as far as his preparation goes.
Off of that, Alex, he's your quarterback, so it's case, but when a video's put out taking shots at him, does that also offend you at all, or is it all?
Yeah, I don't want to address any of those. I'll direct all those questions to Coach. Really just focused in on the task at hand this week, which is large for us, and and the guys that are here right now, I'd be more willing to talk about. But that's where I am with that.
Alex. So is it your expectation that, have you been told he's not in the game?
As of now, again, we're just getting ready for today's practice, and we'll see where that goes from here. But again, just getting the guys ready that are here in the building today to go play on Sunday.
The passing game last year was so much better, and in the second half of the season, you had everybody back, same system, everything, the continuity. Can you put any finger on what's going wrong with it?
I wouldn't say anything's going wrong. Really, I think we completed 75% of our passes last week, which is pretty good in NFL standards. And we had some handling the ball, drop a couple drops that would have added to that and increased that. I think where we need to be is more explosive with our ability to push the ball down the field. As far as, completion percentage and what we're doing, taking care of the football in the pass game, we're doing okay. We need to do better at getting bigger chunks.
So how does that happen?
A lot of different ways. You got to throw it down the field, I think, is one way. Doing it through our play action game is another way. But whatever it is, we have to find ways to be more explosive through the air.
Can Baker do that accurately on a consistent basis? I know it's the non-throwing shoulder, but it's gotten worse since we last talked to you about it. Mm-hmm. And there's a new harness on it and everything like that. So
I think he will be. I have no doubts. And my confidence in Baker is big. He'll work through that as he goes. The harness he'll continue to get used to that. The more reps he gets with that, so I don't see it as a concern. We just have to find ways to make plays down the field.
After Baker's injury, he talked about his evaluation of how he was playing, and he said the one thing he felt sound on was his footwork. He felt like that was good. How do you feel his footwork is doing and coming along and progressing with that injury?
Sure, that's a big part of his game. I think he's grown strides with his footwork over the last year. And it's definitely a strong point for him right now. He's listening to his feet. He's getting through his progressions, and his feet are really good right now.
Not about this particular situation, but obviously you spent more than a decade basically in this position. So when Baker Mayfield is put in the position to answer these tough questions about whether a teammate is or is not throwing him under the bus, and he handles it the way that he does, what is the statement on who he is as your quarterback, as your leader, whatever, how he was?
It's tough on him, I'm sure, but at the same time, he is the leader of this offense, and as he goes, we go. So he's just got to again maintain the laser focus of getting ready for this week and preparing with the guys that are in the building right now for Sunday.
It's understandable, Baker's wearing the harness. There might be limitations in his abilities. So when you're going, he has talked about openly, hey, I have to play better. I missed some throws that I should have made and whatnot. When you're sitting down with him and you're going through film and showing him stuff, do you couch your critique at all because you have an understanding of what he's going through physically to be out there, while at the same time balancing that you do need him to play with?
It is a balance. It is for sure. But when it comes to grades, I grade hard on him. So if he misses a ball, it's a minus throw. Even if it is a drop and it's high, it's a minus throw, regardless of the circumstances. So production has to still be there, obviously understanding the circumstances.
You guys had to adjust without Odell on the fly last year about this time in Cincinnati. Does that help you going forward, making a similar adjustment?
Again, it's just the guys that are going to be there on Sunday. I have great confidence in that group of guys. We've done it before, and we'll hopefully prove that we can do it again.
You think the guys that are going to be there on Sunday have Baker's back, believe in him as a quarterback, despite what's happened this week?
Absolutely. There's no question in my mind those guys will play well for Baker.
How have you seen Coach Stefanski kind of navigate this week and attempt to make sure this doesn't spiral beyond what it is?
Yeah, no, Kevin's he's the same guy every day, super consistent. Our game plan meetings, we do meet a lot together, and I've not seen anything different from the aspect of game planning for sure.
Does Baker need any shoring up, any extra, hey, we've got you, this isn't all on you, no matter what somebody's dad says, any of that?
I don't think so. I just again laser focused on the task at hand this Sunday.
It seemed like an uncharacteristic fourth quarter for Jarvis. So how do you address that with him, and then how do you think he'll kind of handle that moving forward?
He'll be fine. I have no problems with a couple drop balls. That's it's an anomaly for Jarvis. He's going to catch more than he's going to drop. Unfortunately, they came at a time when we needed it, but that's part of the game. I said in front of a group of guys, if we were at war, I'd definitely take him in my foxhole all day long. He's a warrior. He's a stud, and he'll rebound just fine.
What about his focus? Because he's kind of caught in the middle of this to some degree as well.
Yeah, he's a pro. He's going to turn it on. It's game day when the lights come on. He's going to show up and make plays for us. He has to. That's what we're counting on him to do.
He's a guy that's very, very hard on himself. So what does that look like this week? Is he watching more film? Is he catching more balls? Is he going over things with you more?
Again, Jarvis a pro. He's going to do everything he can to play better this week. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't know what he could do differently. Again, those drops were rare for him, so it's nothing that I would ever worry myself about. I know he'll make the plays again when the time comes for him to do so.
Hey, when you said that Cincinnati's doing things differently this year, what are they doing differently?
Some different fronts. Different people, I think, is one thing. Some of the pressure packages, they're definitely bringing more pressure, more exotic, zero empty pressures, where it's man to man. They're bringing one more than you can block. So it's some things we'll have to deal with. There's a lot of different looks, which is new for them than we haven't seen from them last year. So.
And how much does Ogunjobi show up for them?
Very, very obviously a good player. He does a lot of good things for them in their scheme, how they're using him. So. We know Larry, so hopefully the familiarity will help in some regard for our O-line.
Alex, how did DPJ look to you coming back from the injury? What kind of workload could he be ready for?
Good. We'll see. He came out and did some work yesterday. Hopefully we'll get him more involved later as the week goes on. Obviously hoping to have him ready for Sunday. He does. A couple weeks ago I said, hey, we need you for the Bengals game because you do good things against the Bengals. So hopefully we'll have him ready for Sunday.
We talked to you about the training camp was outstanding, obviously.
Right.
But what have you thought about his in-season development?
He's still coming on. He's going to get better every week. We've seen him make all the tough plays and hard catches, contested catches. So we need to continue to see that growth.
Are you a fan of Skyline Chili?
I like them both. I don't want to get in trouble here. Gold Star, when I was there, was the official chili of the Bengals. So that's kind of I like them both, and I like them 5-way. So.
Now,